going on, everyone? Welcome back to Getting Technical, episode 51. Nick and Julian, we're here again talking NBA playoffs. Might touch on the NFL draft, I don't know. But bad night for Julian last night. Bad week for you as a Suns fan.
Bro, I'm a Knicks fan. I don't know what you're talking
about. We're welcoming Julian with open arms to Knicks fandom.
Because we're kicking Rawls out.
Hell no! I don't understand this propaganda that's being pushed against me. Being a New York sports fan, part of that is being irrational during the game. It means you care.
Nah, bro said he was
Julian
done.
has asked for Aaron Judge to get DFA'd. I don't want to hear it.
I
don't want to hear it.
I have a text from Rawls that said Brunson disaster class.
Yes, in game 2, he was terrible.
You said Brunson's on fraud alert. You said I felt stupid defending him all year, and that it was worse than Randall.
I said it's approaching Randall territory.
Nah, okay.
It was bad. All right, whatever. Jalen Brunson proved me wrong per usual. He's fucking the king of New York. But let's talk about the Suns first because did you get this?
Yeah.
Did you get this?
Yes,
too?
I did.
Feel free to go off this, but Suns get swept. Kevin Durant has now been swept 2 out of the past 3 years in the first round. It's just not looking good for him. Like it's just like. And the funny
you said Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant has been swept 2 out of the last 3 playoffs in the first round. Bad. That there's no way around that. I mean, you could say you can give him the excuse of the Kyrie Nets just didn't work out, but they got swept by a young Boston team 2-3 years ago, whatever it was. It was bad. They were supposed to win that series. They got swept.
Yeah, I mean, no, they were like 2 inches away from
2 inches away from 100%. Yeah. Like he played. No, that was the wrong series. You're thinking 3 or 4 years ago. The year before that. But yeah, Kevin Durant has been swept 2 of the last 3 playoff series, and he's been surrounded by talent. He had Kyrie in Brooklyn that year. They got swept by the Celtics, a young Celtics team.
What talent are you talking about on the Suns team, bro?
Devin Booker. Kevin Durant has had Devin Booker the past 2 playoffs.
And that's 2 players, bro.
You have $165 million locked in between.
You went and got the Suns went and got Bradley Beal. He's making $54 million
we all know now that Bradley Beal is ass.
I think that most people who watched basketball knew that Bradley Beal was kind of ass going into this year.
So he's not a star. So that's not help for KD. It's just him and Booker.
But that's the thing.
It's just him and Booker.
KD. You were screaming Yuta when they signed Yuta Watanabe.
And now he's on the team. And now he's on the team. He's not even on the team anymore. What are you talking about?
Yo, that's fucked up. That's racist, bro.
No, racist Rawls, bro.
Oh my god. But yo, I think at this point, Devin Booker has to ask out of Phoenix.
No,
if there's no structure in Phoenix that is going to lead to winning in the near future. They don't have a pick until 2030.
If Devin Booker doesn't ask out, he is on legit fraud. He is on Bradley Beal, Joe Johnson level territory if he doesn't ask out.
No, he's not going to ask out because he loves Phoenix and he loves.
I don't care if he loves Phoenix. Does he want to win or does he want to just be just be a good basketball player?
I thought about this today, and I would give Bradley Beal 100% chance of being on the Suns for the wrong reason next year because you can't get rid of him.
Because of no trade clause.
And there's a 99.9% chance that Booker and KD will also be on the team. There's no way they're going to give up on that for.
So there's like a 99% chance they get swept in the first round again next year.
All right, bro. No, listen.
I'm being 100% honest with you, and as somebody who I know you say you're a Suns fan, but let's just you're a Devin Booker fan girl. Which is
all right, bro. All right, go suck Brunson's cock, bro.
Relax. But if he doesn't ask out, that he really is on where is his career? You understand that he got drafted almost 10 years. Next year is going to be 10 years since he got drafted.
What are you talking? He's like, no. What are you talking about?
This was year 9 for him. It was in 2015 draft.
He was 19 when he entered the league. He entered after his freshman year, and he's like 27 right now.
Dude, he's
27.
It's his 9th year in the league.
Yeah.
So
listen,
he's on the back half of his career. And
he's on the back half. He's not even 30 yet. Devin Booker could play till 40 possibly.
Bro, okay. Let's also recap back to where we were at. We were just saying KD. KD is in year 17 in the NBA right now, right? That's why he's not. That's why he's not the same type of player.
Okay.
Okay. 17. Okay. No. Devin Booker's on year 9. He has to start figuring it out. And for him just to not catch any shade, everybody to be like, oh, KD wants out. KD's the one to blame. Bradley Beal is trash. And for everybody to enable Devin Booker just to be this, like I said, Joe Johnson-esque player or DeMar DeRozan-esque player where you might not win anything, but you'll be kind of competitive with him. You got to see what does he want in his career? Does he want to be that type of guy, or does he want to be a champion?
He wants to win with the Suns. That's what he wants to do.
But like the thing is, since Ishbia got there, they made this move for Kevin Durant, which I think was still a good move, right?
It was a great move.
The bad move was getting Bradley Beal, a guy who has an untradeable contract.
What did you give up,
but that's the thing. Even with getting him, it was a bad move because they had one chance to make a move, right? Yes. To add that third piece.
Yeah.
And they swung and they missed. Like Bradley Beal, not only has not been playing well, he's got the worst contract in the NBA.
No, you're not lying. But listen,
and the thing is, the Suns can't get rid of Bradley Beal.
No, they're stuck with him. Yeah, they're stuck. But like, I don't blame Ishbia for doing that though. Like he had new owner syndrome. You have to make a splash.
Sure.
I really like that he did. I don't like that he was just complacent. Like he tried to shoot a hole in one and he missed. So now you're stuck with this, and you got to figure out a way out. And like he'll learn. It's his first year as being an owner, but like I think Booker's gonna stay. I think there's no reason.
Why
would you make that move and then get rid of?
But my point is like
the fan favorite.
Do you really think there's something to build around in Phoenix besides just Devin Booker?
Not until Bradley Beal's contract's done. But
that's the point. Is like at that point, Devin Booker's gonna be 29 years old, going into I was looking at the NBA drafts. Booker was in the 15 draft. Who was the number 1 pick? Karl Anthony Towns. This season, we saw in the series that they just swept the Suns in, he just kind of hit almost like a change in his career where he went from understanding, hey, I'm not the second guy, I'm not the number 1 anymore. I'm the number 2. This is the role I got to fill into. Kind of taking another a step into his career and another change in it. The year before that, dude, like. Though you keep looking through the NBA drafts, that's the Andrew Wiggins, that's the Joel Embiid draft. Those drafts, like the talent's like not really like it's not getting any younger. I mean, obviously it's like you're getting years in the past. It's just like I think you're just saying, oh, Devin Booker's this young stud and this young guy who we can build around, but like himself, he has to think about, hey, what can I actually do?
Sure. But I think the thing is, aside from what Devin Booker wants, the Phoenix Suns need to trade Devin Booker.
Yes.
Like, they have no future, and the only way they can reset in any way is getting a massive haul for Devin Booker.
I don't agree with that because you've seen many a times that like for example, there's going to be some team this offseason that trade Detroit, for example, is going to trade the farm for like Brandon Ingram and try to get somebody just to say, hey, come watch basketball games at our arena and watch this player score 38 points. The Suns would love to keep Devin Booker and say, hey, we're going to win 16 games a year and come watch him score 70 points just like he did before Chris Paul brought him up. I mean, if we're going to be real about Devin Booker, but
brought him up.
Dude, Chris Paul and Kevin Durant are the two saving graces of his career. Chris Paul is the reason why Devin Booker got any good. And then Kevin Durant is the only reason why he's not getting any blame right now.
That makes no. Listen, KD or Booker, neither of them should get blamed for anything that happened this year. They averaged 27 a game in the regular season.
Bro, you and your average a point average.
Yes.
They average a game.
And then they both showed up as best as they could in the series. The game 4, brink of elimination, they come out for 82 points. The rest of the team had 34. The rest of the team had 34.
Bro.
So I'm sorry. What are they supposed? It's the exact same thing that happened last year. They just didn't have
but
people.
But you cannot say that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant came to play during the playoffs. The Suns' big 3 was a minus 51 during the series.
I'm not saying
they were minus 51.
I'm not saying their defense was great, but
also, I don't think you could say Devin Booker came to play this series because he had some stinkers. No,
he had one and a half.
They only played 4 games.
All right, though.
So he had almost half of the games were stinkers.
And he was in a straight jacket by the guy who's taking his spot as a top 10 player in the league.
Bro, he didn't even guard Devin Booker most of the time. It was Jaden McDaniels.
And Jaden McDaniels showed out.
Yeah, Jaden McDaniels is mad good.
But Anthony Edwards passed Devin Booker for the best shooting guard in basketball this year.
But
100%.
How can you say that when Anthony Edwards has only won one playoff series? Bro, he's only won one. Bro.
This is like his second year in the playoffs. He just outplayed Devin Booker and beat them and swept them.
Okay.
Exactly. We're talking about now.
But he has a better team. But he has a better team, though.
Now he has a better team.
Give Anthony
Edwards.
He has a better team.
Some of the biggest names in the history of the NBA.
We have like two of the biggest names in like Bradley Beal, who made like 3 playoffs ever, bro. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about, bro?
Bradley had never been swept Beal.
Bro, we had Josh Okogie getting playoff minutes, bro.
You have the 3 of them making $165 million.
All right, that's why our team is.
That's what you.
I'm trying to make that point.
But no, so that's the thing. Is like you can make that point as a Suns fan.
Yeah.
What does Devin Booker say? Devin Booker can't be like, you know what, Ishbia? You spent $165 million in us, and you have to roll the ball out to Josh Okogie every once in a while. That's why we didn't win. No, you fucking get paid the millions of dollars. You asked for this team to get built around you. You're a hoe if you don't fucking win. That's the name of the game.
Whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe. Yo, wait, but this is Bradley Beal's remaining contract. Next year he's getting $50.2 million. The year after that he's getting $53.7. And then in 26-27, he's got a $57.1 million player option, which I think if I was a gambling man, which I'm not, he's probably going to pick that up.
Why would
probably going to pick up 57 guaranteed.
Yo, why doesn't the NBA have the same thing as the NFL where you can roll over money to the next year's?
Bradley Beal's got
that's ridiculous, bro.
Rethinking the entire structure of the contract in the NBA.
Bro's going to be averaging like 4 points a game that year, bro. Like
3 years, $161 million for Brad Beal, who had 9 points in an elimination game.
All I'm saying is, like, you guys.
Devin Booker had 50 and lost.
All I'm gonna say is I promise you, Devin Booker will be on the Phoenix Suns at least the next 2-3 years.
I'm just gonna say one thing: if you ever change your mind and want to become a Knicks fan, we'll welcome you.
I'm already a Knicks fan, man.
And I'll say it again: as
if
somebody
Devin Booker
who
could go anywhere, would you want him to go to the Knicks?
What?
If Devin Booker was gonna get traded, would you want him to go to the Knicks?
If it would be anywhere, probably the Knicks.
Because at least you could go.
But actually, no, it wouldn't be the Knicks because I wouldn't hear the end of it from all y'all, bro.
But you'd be a Knicks fan with us. But you'd be a Knicks fan with us.
No, because then you guys would be like Devin Armani Booker every single time you do something.
Yo, we already do that. Wait, so you're a Devin Booker fan, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think his chance in Phoenix, like legitimately, does he want to win in Phoenix? Is that a great story? Sure. But, is that his best chance to win a championship?
No, look at Dame. And Dame waited too long. Damian Lillard wanted to be loyal. He waited too long, and now look at him. He's not the player he was. He's got the injuries, and now Giannis is hurt, and he's a first-round exit.
Do you think that he loves Phoenix, or do you think he just
yes, he absolutely loves Phoenix, bro.
You think it's a short private jet ride away from LA.
It's crazy because
that's what it is.
You'll see. No, you guys probably watched First Take this morning when Stephen A. Smith was like, "Oh yeah, Devin Booker wants to go to the Knicks." He wouldn't want me to tell you this, but he wants to go. You're one of those people that looks at that link and be like, "Oh shit, bro, we're getting Devin Booker."
No, bro.
You're not going anywhere,
bro. Today, bro.
We know you ain't working hard. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, Devin Booker will be on the team next year. Kevin Durant will be on the team next year. We're gonna run it back and get swept by
for your man crush Monday. So, I would really hope that he's not on the team next year. I would hope that
he's gonna be on the team.
He would win some meaningful games in April.
I mean, he literally led his team to the finals and averaged 40 a game in last year's playoffs. But
Chris Paul helped him do that.
Yeah, okay.
Chris Paul had the Suns think that DeAndre Ayton was baby Shaq. But
I think the big question though is Kevin Booker. Is Kevin Durant going to ask out? Because
yes, he will.
He's more likely to than
probably going to ask out.
He's more likely to than Booker.
But the reports came out that he's apparently not happy with. Which I'm with you. Why the fuck has this come out now?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I'm sick and tired of defending KD. And as somebody who, when he left OKC and he went to Golden State, I was like, all right, fuck playing with Westbrook, because I thought that would be miserable. And as everybody's seen after the fact, and our King LeBron has showed us that playing with Westbrook isn't cool. But
that was smart for KD. But every move he's made after that, from leaving the Warriors, from the whole Brooklyn Nets thing, like even the Suns thing, it's just been a mess. So like I don't know what we're gonna look at KD like in the next 20 years.
Yeah, and I'm not even saying he should have went to the Knicks, which him and Rich Kleiman just hopped on a podcast and like basically told the world they regretted not doing that, which was another weird move.
Very weird.
But like the whole thing with him is like, and now like apparently the Suns are gonna probably end up firing Frank Vogel, and it's like at what I'm just wondering what kind of coach is Kevin Durant looking for? Because every coach he's had since Steve Kerr, he's hated, basically.
Listen.
He's ran them out of town. And it's like, at some point, like, it just seems like he's just putting the blame on the coaches. Like, what is Frank Vogel going to do that's going to make Bradley Beal play better? What is he going to do that's going to make Nurkic show up? Like, he can't do anything.
Vogel's getting fired,
but, like, what is he supposed to do is my question. Like, what coach is coming in and fixing this?
It's just, like, I watched the offense yesterday, and it was literally, like, there's no plays. Like, other teams, there's plays. It's just give the ball to either Booker or KD, let them go ISO, and then if they're double teamed or something, kick it out for a three. That's literally their offense. So we need a coach that draws up, like we need a Spoelstra type coach who draws up.
But there's no Spoelstra coaches available.
Ty Lue
no, but you never know. Bro, but here's the thing.
Mike Budenholzer.
Okay,
he's like Mike Budenholzer.
He's my favorite right now. So
okay. The only coach that gets that, the only coach that's like worth that, like X's and O's wise, is Ty Lue. I'll give you Ty Lue. Yeah. But at the same time, like you have to be patient with the development of your team, which the Suns haven't done. The Suns just went all in and pushed their chips in and said, "Hey, we have to just win it in this one season." And I think
they had to force it because KD's getting older, like and Bradley Beal's getting older. They had to force it.
Yes, but I think that you're seeing the super team, like
super teams are dead.
The super team era being dead. Exactly. I think like you're seeing how like it's just not working anymore. If you look at all the top teams right now. And you look at the Boston, you look at Denver, you look at Minnesota. They're all teams that are just building from within,
and they're all teams that have like 5 or 6 good players who like could play on any team in the playoffs. Like that's what you need. You can't just have 3 guys anymore. It's got to be 5, 6 plus.
Exactly.
At the minimum, because even the Nuggets, like their 1 through 4 is like probably the best in the league if you really think about it.
Yeah, it's just the league is just continuing to get more and more talented every year.
So yeah, I don't know. The Suns are in a really bad spot. I'm probably not going to talk about them until they.
Until you see what's going to happen with them.
Listen, they have a first round pick this year. That's a big pick, bro. It's like the only pick for like next 5 years or something.
They're totally trading it for a random draft.
In like one of the worst documented drafts.
Listen, what I'm saying is, you draft Zach Edey. I'm just saying, bro. Like you never know what can happen.
Trade up and get Donovan Clingan.
He's 7.
Trade up and get Donovan Clingan, and then I
have never felt more sad for someone in my life.
What?
Jules' like hope on the Suns offseason is drafting Zach Edey.
Yeah. That's the only hope I have.
I'm a Zach Edey fan. I think
sure, that's what's gonna keep my team that should have been in the NBA Finals this year alive. He's a 7'9" guy.
Should have been is a very big statement.
Well, bro, first of all, you pay $165 million to a team. Where should they be? Not in fucking Galveston, Texas. That dirty water.
Dirty.
All right, let's stop talking about
women.
Let's stop talking about the Suns. They're just bad. Should we talk about the Knicks?
Yes, I'm ready to talk about the Knicks.
Knicks.
Brunson's him, man. Brunson's him. I was wrong. He's not. He's definitely borderline top 10. After this, what I'm seeing so far.
I feel like at this point he's like, it's tough.
Close.
There's a lot of good players.
You can't say he's top 10 yet. He's still right outside the top 10.
He's so close.
You put him over Booker?
No, Booker's still better. Booker's better than him, bro.
All right, I'm just checking.
Is he?
I'm just checking.
Is true.
That's the thing.
In an elimination game, who would I rather want? I would rather Jalen Brunson.
But like that's the thing now. It's like Jalen
over the guy who just shot 50.
Yeah, over the guy who lost. Yes.
Damn. All right.
But that's the thing that's crazy now. Is like if you even went back a few months ago, like Jalen Brunson, like saying he was like top 10 seems like so crazy. But then when you name all these guys, you're just not. You're at the point now where it's like I don't know, maybe like you can't. There's really only like 3 or 4 players that you can name that are like, all right, like come on, like let's not get crazy, let's not have that conversation. But if you talk Jalen Brunson or Devin Booker, you could say it's close. If you say Jason Tatum or Jalen Brunson, it's close. It's close. Like, you can't deny the fact that what he's doing.
Tatum and Brunson is not.
I'm so over this. Tatum is so overrated right now.
He's the best.
How about he does something with this talented team before we start crowning this fucking guy?
They lose one game to the Heat. They're up by 21 points to the Miami Heat right now.
Congratulations, he's got a fucking super team.
What do you mean it's a super team?
Oh my god, you were talking about last episode about how all the advanced statistics on the Celtics.
Their net rating is the best. It's one of the best in the history.
How about Jason Tatum win something before everyone continues to call him this top 5 player?
Is Porzingis back?
No, I think he's ruled out for the rest of the game.
Oh, wow. So Celtics are not winning
the
this
right calf tightness is in. But going back on Brunson, yes, he's right after the top 10.
I feel like you could have a conversation about Jalen Brunson being better than Jason Tatum. No, you're just kind of brushing it off. I don't know how you can't have the conversation.
Okay, you can have a conversation.
We're close to having that conversation, which seemed crazy a few months ago.
No.
Yes. To say they're not on the same tier of players is crazy.
Jason Tatum is like good, but he's not like nothing I've never seen. It's going to be better than Tatum by the end of the next year. And Booker.
I don't understand that, like you guys are discounting the fact that he is the best player on like the second best team in the NBA. Besides, the only reason why I'm saying second best is because the defending champions are the Nuggets. And
so he's not on even the best player on the best team.
I mean, Jokic
but he's the second.
Yes, but when you look at their 2 and 3 and their 4 options, you see why they're the best team. Like Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday, they're all former All-Stars.
It's not like it's
that's
the thing. Like if you put Devin Booker on the Celtics, I think the Celtics are just as good,
if not better.
Like I think they're just as good, better. And I don't know. I just feel like Jason Tatum has been the beneficiary of being in a great situation all the time. Not saying he's not great, but he's never been on a bad team. He's never been in a bad situation.
Sure, yes.
He's never not had talent around him or a good coach. The worst situation he's ever been in is last year when they came off of the Udoka, had the whole scandal.
The Kyrie team was the worst
Kyrie
situation.
Team,
yes.
and, they were terrible. They were still super talented.
If
Tatum does not make the finals, or if they lose badly in the finals, there's got to be some conversation.
Yes, but it's not looking likely. All signs indicate that they have to go up against Cleveland or Orlando.
Well, and then if they can't beat Cleveland or Orlando, all the talks are completely put on pause. I mean, come on,
100%. But the odds are very likely. Like I said, they play Cleveland or Orlando, and then they either have to play a beat up Knicks team. I mean,
it's fair to say beat up Knicks team.
A beat up Knicks team, a beat up Sixers team, a Bucks team where we don't know what the fuck. A beat up Bucks team, or the Pacers who can't stop a nosebleed. Listen, their path to the finals is pretty short. Is pretty easy. Is really good.
If we're talking, if we're comparing the East to the West for the Celtics right now with all the injuries, the Celtics have a cakewalk. They have an absolute cakewalk to the NBA Finals. If they can't make the finals, they got to blow it up and they got to figure some things out.
They're not going to blow it up.
They're not going to.
They got to make a major move. Maybe not blow it up, but they have to make a major move. If they can't beat the Knicks without Randall, if they can't beat the Bucks, who I don't even think they're going to make the next round with their injuries.
They're losing next
If they can't beat this Philly and their injuries, which we don't know if they'll still be playing, and if they can't beat Cleveland or Orlando, what are we doing? I mean, I think at full strength, I think all those teams are very good, right?
I also don't think that they're going to lose. I get nightmares thinking about what the fucking Celtics are going to do to the Knicks in a series.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't think that the Celtics have a chance against the Nuggets at full strength.
I don't know. The Celtics
they're losing to any team that
we can't be impressed by the Celtics. Congrats, they're up 20 right now. They're playing the Heat without Jimmy Butler. They're playing the 8 seed without their best player.
Sure. But that's the way the NBA finals work. The NBA playoffs work. You play the.
I'm just saying, you're acting impressed that they're up 20 right now. I don't think it's impressive.
I'm not impressed, but they're clearly the best team in the East by a large margin.
Congrats to them.
Listen, I didn't realize that you were this much of a Celtics hater.
I'm not a Celtics hater. I will probably root for the Celtics if they make the finals.
Whoa! Why are you root for the Celtics over the West team?
I'm not gonna lie. I dragged that.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That's crazy.
It's just there are certain teams in the West that if they make it, I'll root for the Celtics.
Listen, there's no like hole in the Celtics game that
I'm just gonna say Kevin O'Connor said it himself that he said the Celtics have no chance.
Yeah, but that's no indication on the Celtics though. I think that's a complete like.
If you ask a true Celtics fan, they're not confident.
Derek White kind of nice.
I agree that Celtics fans are not 100% confident right now. But enough about the Celtics. Let's get on my Knicks.
The Knicks. I think they're a lock for the Eastern Conference Finals now. I mean, I don't see the Bucks or the Pacers beating them personally, but
I'm too much of a scared New York fan to say anything. Like, to me, until they beat the Sixers, I'm not claiming shit. I could easily in my mind, I've created multiple scenarios in which the Sixers come back.
Yes.
Like, I'm not saying absolutely anything.
But listen, I think the Knicks Celtics is going to be a good series. I think it'll go 6 or 7. But
I think that would be a good series.
Gonna be
I think it'll be a fun series, and I think the thing for if the Knicks, let's say the Knicks do end up going to the conference finals.
Yeah.
To me, they're playing with house money. With the injuries, with no Julius Randle, like considering all the hype around the Celtics, I don't think there's any pressure on the Knicks to beat the Celtics team.
Yes, and here's the other thing. And even if we lose the series, even if we have to play Indiana and we lose to Tyrese Halliburton,
suck.
It would suck incredibly.
Tyrese goes above
but
Brunson.
For the love of God, can we not overreact? Can we just not be the Knicks and not be New York fans for 1 minute?
I'll overreact to any series outside of Boston, probably.
See,
I'm just being honest. Like,
yeah,
if they lose to the Pacers, I would be very upset.
Which is like,
and it's just because I can't stand the Pacers.
I just want some consistency. I want some like a clear mission and a clear motive.
And they've given us that.
They've given us that, and they will continue to give us that unless someone says, "Fuck it, trade for Brandon Ingram." give up 3 draft picks for Brandon Ingram.
Fuck that. I will not say that. I think that outside of Brunson, though, for the Knicks, the biggest story has been Josh Hart. Like, Josh Hart has slowly become, like, arguably the best role player in all of basketball. And it's just the fact that he can literally completely change the game, going 0 for 7 from the field and having 4 total points.
Yeah. And
because the guy rebounds, like, he's one of the best rebounders in... Forget guards. He's just one of the best rebounders in the league, period, at this point. Every single loose ball, he's right there. The way he pushes the ball up the court, the way he affects the game on defense. I mean, yesterday he had 3 huge blocks. This guy's 6'4". He's not 6'7", 6'8". Like, he's pretty much a guard.
It's all hustle and head plays, too. So it's not like it's like, and even like yesterday when like we started off the game well and I think Tibbs got away from it yesterday. But having him guard Maxey was one of the bigger things that like slowed them down at the beginning of the game. It slowed, Maxey down at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally, Maxey, they found a way to get out of that and then got Maxey hot a little bit. But at the same time, I definitely think that Hart has been the other bright spot. And I had to eat crow a little bit with my words on OG because I think the guy was not happy with his performance until really yesterday and the game before. But I think that, like, he definitely turned it around, too, especially with his defense on Embiid.
Yeah, I don't think that's eating crow, though. Like, if you're just watching the game, like, considering what people are saying about OG Anunoby, he's played bad. He's played poorly outside of last game, right?
He had a good offensive game in Game 3, and then yesterday
he was amazing yesterday. He was great. He was everything. If he did that every game, there's nothing you can really ask more of as a Knicks fan, right?
Exactly.
Like, you're not asking him to be some 25-point-a-game scorer. You're asking him to be an elite defensive player, a great rebounder, and be able to guard the best player. And in that fourth quarter with him, he was just not even allowing Embiid to get the ball.
Let me erase the topic now. It's about OG. So, all
right.
Remember when we did our top 50 lists? I think Nick put OG over Rudy Gobert. No.
I think the only person who had
it was one of you two.
I think I did.
You had OG over Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Okay,
it was me because you guys had Gobert like in the high 30s. I didn't even. I don't know if I had him.
So after watching that Suns Wolves series and then watching how OG's playing, who do you think's better now?
I don't think you can't really.
They're different.
I think it's clearly Gobert.
If I'm building a team, right? If I'm building a team that I want to have a deep playoff run, I'm taking OG Anunoby.
Yeah,
just because his versatility is more valuable to me than what Gobert does. In certain scenarios, yes, I think like Gobert definitely has the edge. But if you're just saying in general, like I'm going into a series, I don't know who I'm playing, I'm taking OG Anunoby.
Watching OG be able to guard Embiid and Maxey in the same series and being able to not listen, you're not stopping Embiid by any stretch, but you're making it more difficult for him to get his shots off. And listen, I'm not going to say like. Hartenstein got fouled out in the third quarter, and then naturally Embiid was winning.
Foul out.
Or got 5 fouls.
There's just bad basketball.
The stupid Philly fans waving by to him was what threw me off because I was like, why the fuck are they waving at him? But regardless, Hartenstein's foul trouble, which coincided with Embiid's stamina and endurance just falling off a cliff in that third and fourth quarter, like OG did a great job, but like at the same time, like I said, like Embiid was tired, so it's tough. It's tough for me to say OG, but I don't know.
Where was that supposed to go successfully? Like,
I was trying to hit Joe. Hey, hold on.
Like, what was best case scenario for that?
Catchy, bro.
But yo, one of the things I wanted to bring up going into Embiid. So obviously, I mean, this series, Joel Embiid has been he's been a dirty player this series.
He's the most hated player,
and he's the most hated player to Knicks fans. I think he surpassed Trae Young already.
No,
I think Mitchell Robinson because Trae Young didn't injure any players. He wasn't playing dirty. He was just kicking our ass.
He was just talking shit. Yeah.
He was just talking shit and kicking our ass, like old school. Just like he was just playing the villain perfectly. Embiid is just taking dirty shots at players.
Yes. But I think it's like from what like I said, I was not old enough to like know the '90s Knicks, but like it was like from Reggie Miller. Like we hated Reggie Miller because he killed us.
Yeah.
But like Alonzo Mourning, like he tried to physically harm us.
Yeah.
And like that was like.
But that's the thing. But like, listen to this though. So I saw this on Twitter. It's like Joel Embiid, the NBA players with the most flagrant fouls
it's like
since 2018.
A wide margin.
Joel Embiid has 23. Mm-hmm. The next most is Draymond Green and Dylan Brooks with 12. Nobody else in double digits.
Hold on.
Joel Embiid has almost double the amount more flagrant fouls since 2018 than anyone else in the league.
How does
for
Draymond
some
have the
reason,
most?
like if you think of dirty players, Joel Embiid, like I feel like he's kind of gone under the radar like this.
Yeah.
People he barely plays.
People think of Draymond Green and Dylan Brooks, and then when you look, like people have been making these montages of him like stepping on Grant Williams' head, like
I don't
blatantly
think that was
fouling Giannis. Some of the stuff that he does, bro, like it's sketchy, and it's just like, bro, like I just don't understand why he's allowed to do all this dumb shit.
And he's another player, like kind of like Booker. I don't know why he gets the pass that he gets. Like, come on, bro. Like you, like.
Well, Joel Embiid is also better than Booker by like he's like so much more.
Yeah, but like at the same time, people. Like,
I'd rather have Booker because Booker plays. Booker shows up at least.
But my point is that like at what point are Philly fans gonna stop being like, oh well, Embiid's hurt, he's not himself, he's not this.
Yeah.
Like no, that's just the guy you fucking drafted.
But
Like that's who the guy is.
That's the thing is like Joel Embiid is kind of created this narrative this postseason that's so perfect for him because like if he does anything good, it's like he's so dominant that even with on one leg he's able to score 50, and then the next game where he sucks, they blame the injury.
Exactly.
So it's like it's a win-win for Joel Embiid.
Yeah, they blame how out of shape he is.
What do you guys want to talk about next?
I think kind of going into Embiid, I still want to go back into Embiid because like I said, like people don't realize how, like the trust the process Sixers, like there's almost like Embiid's like really the only piece on that team that's still from the same hinky trust the process Sixers, and it's like it's getting like super like is like who is he at the end of the day? Like like I kind of slotted him in there as the third best player in the NBA because what he does is insane, but at the same time like is like this is what you're gonna get out of him, just gonna be a hobbled version of himself. And he's another player like I mentioned before with the whole Booker thing. He's like he was in the 2014 draft. Like that's like next season he's going to go in his 10th year in the league. He's going to go in his 10th. No, he's going to go in his 11th year in the league.
This is year 10 for him, I think.
Yeah, but like just centers don't play that that's like unheard of for a guy of his size to play that long and keep going for that and keep like production that high for that long.
Yeah.
So I think it's just interesting to see how like he's gotten so many passes, and I think he's like low key getting another pass, and like they're already talking about like possibly like getting PG next year or some help in the form of Philly, but like I don't know, like I don't really believe in them as much as I thought I used to. Like remember when you were saying to me like, hey, I'm not really afraid of Philly, and like I was afraid of Embiid, but like now I'm like really like
I was afraid of Philly. It wasn't me. Someone else must have said that.
No, somebody was saying. So I thought it was you who.
I don't think it was me. I thought you were the one who was saying you weren't scared.
I was scared of the team around them.
Yeah, I think for me, like I think the Sixers should just build around Tyrese Maxey at this point.
Yes, that's kind of the point I wanted to get
he's
to
a
there.
bucket.
Like Tyrese Maxey he's awesome. Like,
that's the only thing.
He's so good.
That's the only basketball take that Jules has been right about.
And also, like the thing with Maxey too is like he's also just there's no bullshit that comes with him.
Dude,
he's the only guy on the team that has not been complaining
pure
and bitching.
Class. With that answer, he came out with the fans. Like the fans were like he was talking about like how the fans were like chanting like for the Knicks, and like the Knicks fans invaded them at like the what is it, Wells Fargo Center, and he was like it was like pure class. Like he just like took it on the chin, didn't really answer the question directly, and just gave a generic superstar answer.
Like Tyrese Maxey is the type of player that the Sixers should build around. It's the type of player you want to build around, and I think the Embiid stuff, to me, I think the best idea is to move on from him, and I'm not even saying as a player. I think you just need a guy who's more reliable, and it's not a question to his talent or anything like that. I think he wants to play. I think the way he is, being 7'1", weighing 280, whatever he is, like it's hard to stay on the court, and he's just hasn't been able to for so long. At this point, it's like get a haul for him, build around Maxey, and just kind of reset. And I think they won't crash out. Like if they build around Maxey, they get good value for Embiid back. Like they're gonna be a solid team. They're gonna be a young team. They'll have their picks. And
but look, with you guys, it's always whenever like. So it's like a one person who's like not winning a ring. It's just always trade them. Like no, a lot of teams just don't do that.
I'm just saying they should.
Like maybe it would be better if they should, but there is a connection between a player and a city. I think Joel Embiid is Philly. I think Devin Booker is Phoenix.
If Joel Embiid is Philly, how come there were more Knicks fans in Wells Fargo Center yesterday than Sixers fans? They were chanting "fuck Embiid" in the Wells Fargo.
Those are Knicks fans. It's right.
Well, clearly, I'm just saying, like the Sixers fans clearly, like,
what are they gonna do? Beat them all up? Like, no, you can't do that.
I'm just saying they clearly didn't show up for Joel Embiid.
To that point, like. If my team just lost the game the way that Philly lost that game yesterday,
I'm not saying they should have said anything to Knicks fans.
And a bunch of Knicks fans were chanting like "fuck Embiid," like
I'm just saying.
I was a Phillies fan in that moment. Like I was gonna walk out and just hope I get home.
That's what I'm saying.
Grip the steering wheel like.
But Jules, I think the thing that we're saying is like once you reach this 8 to 10 year mark. And you have no future with building around these players, like you're kind of just sometimes better off moving on. If Embiid was always healthy, I would not say move on from him. I'm saying every year you have to deal with the same thing. He's been hurt every single play.
Yeah.
Every single one he has a nagging injury. And at some point, it's like, I think if you ask Philly fans, a lot of them would agree. I don't think it's like really a hot take to say that.
I just
see what's crazy.
You gotta think about the emotional side of it. Like they're just not gonna trade him.
Like, that's the way sports are now. Though it's like the smart teams that know what they're doing and they're consistently always winning know when it's time to move on.
Yeah, like just so you guys have context is 01-02 is Shaq's like season. So Shaq's season like season 10, the same season that Embiid's in right now. Was 01-02, which is like a actual like that's like that was an actual prime Shaq year, and like I don't remember Shaq ever being like kind of like as hurt and injured and hobbled as Embiid seemed the past 3 or 4 years of his career. So I think it's kind of I don't know how many more years that he's gonna have he'll have of being healthy and being a reliable piece.
Yeah. But I also think I think the team that did it best is the Thunder, who are the 1 seed in the West. Kevin Durant just left them, right? They ended up making a move. They tried to stay competitive for a year or two. They got Paul George. They got Melo. They kept Westbrook. And once they realized that it was going nowhere, Paul George didn't really want to be there. It was time to move on. They got a massive haul for Paul George. They got Shea. They got all these picks. Then they went and they moved on from Russell Westbrook, got some stuff back, and now they're in this position where they're the 1 seed in the West with all this cap space, the youngest team in the NBA.
Yeah.
And every pick you could possibly imagine. So it's if you do it right and you time it well, I think you can kind of consistently always have. Now they have if things don't go south for them, they're going to be good for another 10 years now.
Yeah. And we're watching, like I said, if the Sixers decide to.
You're there.
Yeah, that's crazy. If the Sixers
decide you good? What? Was that you?
Yeah, allergies, bro.
We're just all of a sudden. All we hear is.
I'm not trying to stop the pod.
We just heard that. Yeah. All of us just started laughing.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't think I did it that loud.
I was like, yo.
But yeah, you're good. It's funny.
But you got a lot of those teams. You got like we were saying with Philly, we have Milwaukee with the Bucks. You have honestly even the Clippers to an extent. The Suns that we mentioned, the Lakers. You have 5 teams that made the playoffs. That you're talking hey, what is the next step?
Mavs.
What?
Mavs low-key.
All right,
Mavs low-key. What do you mean? They're not young,
bro. Don't try to bring them down because you guys lost. Well, you have 5 teams that are kind of looking at each other as hey, what's the next step in the path of whatever we're doing? I think that the Knicks, the Mavs, right now, honestly, the Celtics to an extent are in that in between where hey, the future isn't super bright, but at least the path. At least it's not as bleak as some of these other teams. And I think you have the OKC, you have fucking Minnesota. I mean, I hate to put the Spurs up there because they're not even in the playoffs, but the Spurs should be in that category too. Where how they're going to be in the next 5 years. It's just nuts how where you really think about where the teams are.
Well, all right. Well, before we get into the Ant Edwards top 10 discussion, I got a question for you though. What big move do you think is going to be made this offseason? Obviously, I think there will be a big trade, but
what team?
Doesn't matter for any team. The biggest move that will be made.
I think the giant is Phoenix. Everybody's watching Phoenix to see what happens.
I think that Giannis could ask out of Milwaukee.
All right, but
I think if you look,
what do you think? Not what you think might. What would you like?
What do I want to happen?
What could you actually see happen?
I could see
a very likely possibility.
I could see Giannis asking out of Milwaukee for a bunch of reasons. The first reason is they cannot find a coach that he seems to like, and the system around. He wanted. Apparently, there were rumors of him wanting out. Then they made the Dame trade, and he kind of changed his mind. He was he liked what they were doing. He liked the fact that they brought Dame in. But even when they were both healthy this year, you could see that it really wasn't working as well as they thought it would. And, they make the coaching change in the middle of the season, bringing Doc Rivers. And then, they went 19-20 to end the season. They completely fell apart. I know he was dealing with injuries. But at this point, it's Brook Lopez is getting old. Bobby Portis is who Bobby Portis is. They don't really have any moves to make. And then they have Dame, who's just an aging point guard. I'm not saying Dame's not him. Dame's still awesome, but I could see him realistically wanting out.
I'm going to read these contract numbers, and I want you to tell me what player it is.
It's going to be Bradley Beal for one of them.
2024-25, $48.7 million.
Bradley Beal.
25-26, $54 million. 26-27, $58.6 million. Is Bradley Beal your final answer?
No,
I know who it is.
No. It is
It's Dame.
Wow.
When you said that Bradley Beal's the worst contract, the only thing making it the worst contract is the no trade clause.
I think Dame is like still like really good when he's on the court.
Dame is that.
Bradley Beal's like
Dame is much better than Bradley Beal.
Dame is like actually good. Like Bradley Beal's like not really that good anymore.
Yeah. Dame was an all-star.
As my psychotic Knick fan self that I am, like I am petrified of the small guard falling off a cliff season that's going to hit Jalen Brunson. And I have a feeling it's going to hit Dame Lillard in one of these years where he's making 50 plus million.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Basketball money's like stupid.
That's the thing, though. It's like some of these guys like kind of just end up getting these contracts. It's like it's worth it for a Luka or a Jokic or a Giannis. Like that makes sense.
Yes.
But when you give it to these guys that are like fringe all stars. Yeah. I'm not saying Dame is a fringe all-star when he got it. I'm saying like the Brad Beals, the Zach LaVines, like get this crazy money. Then it's like if things go wrong with them, like your team is just completely fucked. That's why as like a Knicks fan, I've been scared of the OG contracts. Like not like I don't like OG. Like it's the fact that if he keeps getting hurt or he just doesn't really improve and kind of just like falls off a little bit, the Knicks are stuck with this dude who can't be traded for $35 to $40 million a year. And then like you can't do shit when that happens to your team. Like you're fucked.
Yeah, but like 50, like the OG contract's a little bit different because I don't mind that. But
58 is crazy.
58 for a 37-year-old point guard, a 37-year-old Dame Lillard.
Bro, we're gonna be paying that for like a 38-year-old Bradley Beal. What are you talking about? Like,
but my point is
worse, but still bad.
Like, do you think Dame? Do you think Giannis? Like that's why I think Giannis has a good chance of asking out.
I mean, it's possible. I think a big name's gonna get like a big name like either I can see Luka or Embiid or like someone big getting like traded.
I don't think
Luka.
A
massive
I could see Embiid getting traded for sure. I don't think Luka.
I don't think Embiid gets traded. I think
AD could get traded.
Lucky Zion.
Possible. I also think
I think they try to build around Zion.
He gets too hurt, man. Like
yeah, but like I like that's another guy who like that he's too. It's too soon to like give up on Zion for what he could be. Like I would still run it out there for another year, maybe like rethink some things with it. But you have to give the Zion experiment like one more, like at least another chance. You can't just say fuck it and not do it. And not go back.
Saying that Embiid should only play the home games. I don't know if you saw Bill Simmons and Russillo were talking about it. And Simmons said he was talking to someone. He goes, what about the idea? He's like, I know it's never going to happen, but what about the idea of like Embiid only playing the second half for the Knicks against the Knicks? But the thing is like, what I think Richard Jefferson said yesterday in the broadcast, which one of the few smart things he said. He didn't say that many. Smart. But like they were talking about Embiid getting rest in the second half. It's like if you rest him, the Knicks are running away with it.
Yes.
Like the on-off stats with Embiid, like, or he in like what 30 minutes with him not playing this series, like it's like they're like a minus like 35.
Yeah, it's
with him they're like plus 30, something like that.
Like there was that clusterfuck of a sequence when he was out last game where I don't know how we got up, where we made like an 8-point swing in the game, but like we had Deuce McBride running pick and roll with fucking Precious, and like I'm like, how are we winning these minutes? And it goes to show how bad that Philly team is, just without.
Yeah, they've got like 3 or 4. They've got like 4 guys that you can really trust, and that's about it.
I really think it's.
I think you can trust Kyle Lowry, like for the most part. Obviously, there's the game 2 shit that he did, but he's been pretty good for them considering what he is and like the buyout guy.
Like I've been saying to you, we have better role play. Our role players are considerably better than their role players.
We do, but the thing is, their top 2 guys are.
But they have a number 1 and number 2. Our number 2 is wearing Skechers on the sideline with his arm in a sling right now. Yeah. Or I don't even know if
Skechers.
He's wearing Skechers, that's for sure. I wanted to, before we talk about Anthony Edwards and like we can just kind of wrap things up with that. What are your guys' thoughts on the Tyrese Maxey winning Most Improved Player?
But wait, did that just drop?
Nah, it happened like a few days ago. But I just I love Tyrese Maxey, but I don't see how he could possibly be winning the Most Improved Player. I don't think you can be a player who is borderline all-star, averaging 20 points or more in a season, and then basically all he kind of got was a bigger role. Obviously, he started off the season really hot, right, with Embiid.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the season, like when Embiid missed a large amount of games, like it was kind of just a volume thing. And then it's like you have Kobe White, and like here's the difference. Like Tyrese Maxey went from 20 to 26 points, which it's a jump. It's a jump.
The Kobe White numbers.
But Kobe White went from a guy like that was like fringe. People thought he might not even belong in the league to a guy who was averaging like a pretty loud 19, 5, and 5.
Yeah.
He almost doubled his points per game. He went from 10 to 19.
Yeah.
Like to me, like it just kind of makes me confused about the award and what it stands for because like. I get Maxey was improved, and I get now he's like this all-star caliber player, averaging. 26 is crazy. It's like
no. I think the argument they made was because it's hard. It's hard to go from, a fringe NBA player to like a good player
to an all-star.
I think it's harder to go from a good player to an all-star type player. In my opinion,
I think that's fair, but it's like Kobe White was literally like he's on a 3-year, $36 million deal. That means like your team does not think you're like.
Yeah, but dude, that's the thing. Is like
I think Maxey last year, people thought, all right, this is a rising star.
Yes,
Kobe White, like we said, like this guy might not be in the league.
Yeah, but like
to a guy who's like, I think Kobe White this year, like if he makes a jump like he did last year, he's a fringe all-star.
Cool, but like, do you think like? Then I'll throw a couple names out there. I could see Cole Anthony doing a similar thing, like Cole Anthony.
Kobe?
Than what Kobe White did. Exactly. Like what Kobe White did, impressive, sure. But like there are players and situations where I think if you just gave them the run that Kobe got in this season with the Bulls, when a lot of the season they weren't really even doing anything. They weren't even trying to win games at some point, and they were just. The
Bulls, like, they were trying.
Yeah.
But I just think it's like usually when you think most improved player award, you think of a guy who unexpectedly took the leap. Tyrese Maxey didn't unexpectedly take a leap.
Yes, but he took a bigger leap than Kobe White did. Like most improved, I don't think you have to be surprised by it.
I think it's like very. You can go either way. Yeah. I don't know. That's why we don't have votes.
Not yet.
Maybe one day. You guys want to talk Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, probably close it out. All right, so I was thinking about this. I was actually let me kick this off. I was thinking about this all day today.
Damn, ants on your mind that much?
Yeah, bro. I was thinking of how I'm going to defend myself versus you guys. No, so listen, he's a very, very good player, and I'm a pro Anthony Edwards type guy. Like I had him at like 19, 21 earlier. Like now he's like, he's up there, top 12. But like the glazing still needs to stop with him. I'm seeing, bro. I have screenshots. They're putting his face next to Michael Jordan's face. They're saying, bro, and is the face of the league. Bro, I got. Let me call somebody out. Fucking at Mactology 101. Nah, man. It looking like 93 Jordan out there. You're like, come on, guys. Like, what are we talking about? This man, he averaged 25, 5-5 this year. Barely an all-star.
Bro. Can I just stop you for a second?
No, barely an all-star and won one playoff series. And now we're saying, he's top 10?
Barely an all-star is nuts.
Barely an all-star. Like, he's probably one of the last 5 guys that picked
I'm telling you got to understand, like, he's going to be the starting 2 for Team USA next year.
I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm saying...
He's taking Devin Booker's spot. Devin Booker's coming off the bench
I guess we'll see, bro.
To have his pretty ass shoot threes.
You're not Steve Kerr, though, so how do you know the lineup?
Yeah, but I'm his son, Nick.
All right, so all I'm saying is he's a very good player. I'm pro A. He has a great future. He's 20. He's young. But I'm not crowning him as top 10 until I see more. If he gets swept or, like, gentlemen swept by the Nuggets, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Nah, that's fair.
What do you mean shut up,
fair
bro?
points, Julian.
It's an amazing point.
Nuggets.
You can't,
it doesn't matter. He won one series. We're calling him top 10?
He just worked your team, who has two
and our
players.
Team is ass. I'm not denying that our team is ass.
You have two players who are ahead of him on your list.
Yes, because the other 5 that play are ass.
Swept.
Okay, because the other 5 are ass. What are we talking about? Grayson Allen sprained his ankle, and Bradley Beal, like, bro, he's better than Bradley Beal. He's working them all series, but the other 2 scored 82 points combined. So what are we talking about here? What the fuck are we talking about, bro?
Your little ass
the
Suns team.
The Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Conley, the 6th man of the year, Naz Reid,
Jaden McDaniels.
Like, these are all players that are better than our best player. So obviously they're going to win. They're the better team. I'm not denying that. But I'm saying you replace Booker with Edwards, The Timberwolves are finals favorites. I'm putting that out there right now.
Sure, but
Yes.
like Edwards is like you can't just do that though.
But I'm giving him props. I'm saying he's a really good player. But what is he showing us? Booker's made the finals. Booker's led his team to the finals. He's averaged 40 in the playoffs.
I don't know why you're getting
before.
so mad.
What?
I don't know why you're getting so
Because
mad.
I'm sick of the Edwards.
He's passionate.
Because you
Come up for air. Come up for air. All right. Stop doing tricks on it.
I'm cool.
Sit down real quick. Take a deep breath. And just stop fucking glazing him.
Bro. Ant is on the trajectory to be better than Booker.
Sure, on the trajectory.
Is he right now
it's
better
an
than Booker?
opinion,
No,
so
but,
whatever.
But he did just body Booker in the series.
He didn't. They didn't really guard each other, so he didn't body him.
Like when he needed to, he did.
Okay, I mean,
And he shut him down.
Listen, I can't say much. He won the series. Like, props to him. We'll see what happens next series. All I'm saying is we'll see what
All
happens.
right, I got a would you rather. I got a long list of players. I'm gonna cover all bases. You want to say something first?
No. I want.
All right. Let's all right. Anthony Edwards, would you rather? First up, Anthony Edwards or Jason Tatum?
Anthony Edwards.
Are we talking like today?
You were just talking about Jason Tatum being this top like 7 guy. So does that mean you think Anthony Edwards is top 7?
Bro thinks Anson is top 7, bro. Oh my gosh.
Like the way I look at this is like kind of like the Bill Simmons trade value. Like if you offered me Ant Edwards,
You can't look at it like that.
no. But if you offer me Ant Edwards right now versus Jason Tatum, I'm taking Edwards
Because you're thinking about the future.
We're talking about for this
right
now.
now. Talking about like right now today if they played. Who would you rather have?
He's taking Edwards. Okay.
Ain't no way. I'm taking Tatum.
I'll take Tatum.
I might take Tatum.
Yeah,
No, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards or Donovan Mitchell?
Oh, Edwards.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
Probably,
yes. Anthony Edwards or Devin Armani Booker?
Anthony Edwards.
Devin Armani. What? You just said Booker's better. What are you talking about, bro? It's obviously Devin Armani.
I'm taking Devin Booker as well.
No.
All right.
Honestly, I'm so happy that the best player in the NBA, Anthony Edwards, is like the kind of player just dunk on everybody, like he should be, like how your my park players should be. That's how Edwards is. I don't want someone taking fall away threes.
That dunk last night was kind of nasty.
He always has those crazy dunks.
That was
For
nasty.
him to do what he does and then dunk on people the way he does, just disrespectfully.
All right, I got a long list, so let's keep it moving.
I'm sorry, girls.
Anthony Edwards or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
Shea.
Anthony Edwards or Jalen Brunson?
Anthony Edwards.
Wow, yo, fraud alert.
He really is. He always is doubting Brunson.
Crazy.
I'm gonna go Jalen Brunson.
I'm also going Brunson. Brunson's him,
We
bro.
can't. Brunson's been doing this in the playoffs for a while.
Bro,
now.
you can't. Okay.
He's been doing this in the playoffs for like 3 straight years now.
2, sure.
2.5, 3. I mean, he had a 40 ball and led them to. He was the second best player on a Western Conference Finals team like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but like, sure.
Just facts.
Yeah, Nick is a fraud.
Anthony Edwards or Kevin Durant?
Anthony Edwards, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I'll go Anthony Edwards, but it's close.
It's definitely close. I mean, I'd rather Anthony Edwards on my team
the
than Kevin
bandwagon right now
Durant.
because it's the Ant train right now.
All right, bro. All right, man.
Who are you picking?
I'm picking Ant. Barely.
Anthony Edwards or Jimmy Butler?
Anthony Edwards.
you already know my answer. Fuck Jimmy Butler.
Anthony Edwards. And then last up, if healthy, Anthony Edwards or Kawhi?
Oh, yeah, Edwards.
Kawhi.
Anthony Edwards. Just actually, I can't even say if Kawhi's healthy because he's never on the court.
No. That's one of those things you can't
Anthony
just be
Edwards.
like, you can't say Kawhi without. Is he gonna play?
Yeah, like you really.
Yeah. What's Kawhi's contract like? I'm curious.
They just gave him, they just extended him too.
But
Didn't they extended him, 3 years, 150?
Yeah,
I think they gave him like 50 a year.
That's pretty bad too.
It's bad. It's not great. The Clippers are not in a good situation. They're fucked.
but they're also the team that's just gonna roll like. I know you were saying that you think that like the Suns are going to run it back next year.
They will run it back.
They
have no other option.
You know that the Clippers are going to do it. It's just funny that that's what the option is.
The last thing is, I saw this online. They were talking about if Jokic won back-to-back Finals MVPs, wins back-to-back Finals, I guess. Mm-hmm. Does he start to kind of approach that? He'll have 3 MVPs, so 2 Finals MVPs. Yep. Does he kind of start to approach that like top 15 all time?
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
Like, definitely.
Like at this,
I think if he wins MVP and a Finals MVP, he's better than Tim Duncan.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What? Of all people, Tim Duncan, you decided to disrespect.
He's not,
of all the people out there,
he's not more accomplished than Tim Duncan, but he's better all time, in my opinion.
That's really disrespectful to Tim
He's
Duncan.
better than Larry. No, not Larry Bird.
I think Tim Duncan's better than Larry Bird all time.
Yeah, without a doubt.
If you go based on accomplishments, winning, Tim Duncan is like
top 5.
Tim Duncan is like a top 7 to 8 all time player.
I think you can make a solid argument that Tim Duncan's top 5, and then Magic and Larry fall out like right around the top 10.
I don't know. I saw something.
I don't think you're wrong at all.
Tim Duncan was averaging like 22 and 10, 19 and 10.
Yeah, but it's just a different time. It's a different time of basketball.
You glaze over these fucking numbers.
Yes, bro, I'm a numbers guy.
He's a pharmacist.
What are you talking about?
He's a pharmacist.
Yeah, like stats mean something to me. So I mean, other than the skewed stats,
stats mean something to me. Damn it.
Julian's favorite website, StatMuse.
Devin Booker scored 50 in a game they lost.
He didn't even score 50. He scored 49. Let's not give him the 50 ball. He didn't have 50.
I'm rounding up.
He had 49. I thought you were a numbers guy.
Jules' background is that Devin Booker scored 70 in losing.
Alright, bro. Alright. Listen.
Nobody has more like 50 balls and losing efforts than Devin Booker.
The only person is Cat.
Cat got benched in a 63-point game.
He dropped 50 in the All-Star game. They got blown out. That's how bad he is.
Yeah, bro, that's so much for stats. That's what you care about, little bro.
God. But what we're talking about, yeah, I don't know. Jokic is moving up there for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He just like if you put anybody else in the NBA with that Nuggets team then replacing Joker, like they're not making the finals.
They're so good because they play so well with him. Like he does. Those guys play so well next to him. Like like you said, if you put those guys with a different like quote unquote all-star player, like they're like a good team. They're not a great team.
I think if you put Jokic on the Celtics instead of Tatum, like the Celtics would break the all-time winning record for the regular season. If you think about it, like
that's a weird like
not really.
swap.
not really.
They're gonna run away. Al Horford, Kristaps, and fucking
Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown with Jokic, bro,
and Jokic,
the Joker.
Yeah, with no Tatum with Jokic.
No, so it's literally just swapping Tatum and Jokic.
Yes, the Celtics.
What are you talking about?
The Celtics would be like the greatest team of all time.
What do you think's the worst current NBA team that like if you put Jokic on would be like a 50-win team?
The Suns.
We would one win away from City this year. What are you talking about, bro? Nah, I think it's like the Nets. I think the Nets are like the worst team that if you put Jokic on, they would win 50 games.
I think you could. I think the Detroit, you probably can win 50.
No,
with
cannot.
Cade, yeah, he could.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. And then who? Jalen Duren? No.
Jalen Duren's
bro.
Youngest player in the league, bro. Just like Devin Booker was.
See, bro.
What about Jokic and Wemby? That shit would go crazy.
It would go crazy. Good episode.